Hey, Joanna, is that the morning paper?
Yes, it is.
Can I have the financial section?
Sure, why?
I want to spit out my gum.
Hi, everybody. Oh, there you are. You weren't down for breakfast this morning.
Oh, I'm sorry, Joanna. I guess I should have told you. Something terrible has happened. Could I have the rest of the day off?
Of course. What's the matter?
Yeah, why are you wearing the dark glasses? Have you been crying?
Yes.
Stephanie, what's wrong?
It's just this whole year. I've had an unbelievable string of bad luck. First, my marriage broke up, and then my family cut me off, and now this.
What?
This.
You mean that pimple?
You're upset about that? Joanna, I've never had a pimple in my life.
It's nothing to be concerned about.
Oh, yeah? What if it never stops growing?
Well, I only saw it for a second, but it didn't look that big.
Well, it looks big to me. It's gonna look plenty big to anybody I might be flirting with. What am I talking about? How can you flirt with anybody with a walnut on your nose?
It's not a walnut.
Well, it's more like a raisin.
I really wouldn't worry about it.
Well, I'm not gonna let anybody see me like this. I'm gonna go out and buy every skincare product I can find. And then on the way back, I'm gonna stop by a church and light a candle.
I guess I'm one of the lucky ones. I never had a pimple.
You are lucky.
Yeah. I had warts, I had corns, I had ringworm, but I never had a pimple.
That's good.
Yeah, I had cold sores, I had liver spots, I had boils, but I never had a pimple. What have you had?
Enough of this conversation.
Ah, George, just the man I wanted to see.
Hi, Kirk.
Not now. This is important. George, I need a favor from you. You're on the business permit committee with the town council?
I am?
Yeah, and the thing is...
What's the business permit committee?
It's a committee that votes on whether or not to allow new businesses into town.
How come no one ever told me I was on the committee?
Well, probably because there haven't been any new businesses.
How long have I been on the committee?
I don't know. Probably since it was formed.
When was that?
1685. You've been on the committee 300 years. What's the difference? The point is there's a new business trying to get into town, and if it does, it's going to wipe me out.
What business is that?
Rocket Burger. It's this huge fast food chain. Their motto is every 7 seconds, someone dies, someone gives birth, and someone eats a rocket burger. George, tomorrow night there's going to be a special town council meeting, and they're going to ask for a vote. I'm asking you to vote no. In fact, I'm willing to pay for that vote.
Kirk, I'm not going to take your money.
Then what are you going to do?
I'm going to go to the council meeting, hear both sides of the argument, and base my decision on whatever I think is right.
You're insane. Is Dick in his study?
No, the floor was just waxed. He's in the dining room. But he's working.
I'm not going to bother him. Dick, stop working.
I'm not going to stop working.
Come on, don't be rude.
What are you doing?
Don't worry, I'm not going to ask for some outrageous favor.
Kirk, what do you want?
I want you to fire George if he doesn't do what I ask. Hear me out. Listen, Rocket Burger is coming to town, and you may be the only person to stop it.
You're speaking, of course, of my famous anti-Rocket Burger Ray.
I'm serious, Dick. If Rocket Burger moves in, my business is finished. There's no way I can compete with them.
Well, what do you want me to do?
George is on the permit committee. You've got to make him vote no.
I'm not going to tell George how to vote.
But he listens to you. He respects you. You can twist his mind easier than wind bends a tree.
Forget it, Kirk. I'm not going to tell him how to vote.
All right, Dick. Let's put George aside for a second. Let's talk as neighbors. As members of a quaint New England community where children walk by white picket fences to red brick schoolhouses. And Sundays, after services in the old steeple church, people gather in the historic town square or the rustic band shell and celebrate the last vestiges of Americana. And picture in the middle of this a 35-foot aluminum rocket ship sitting upright on its tail with a red neon Rocket Burger sign revolving around its nose cone. I mean, Is this what you want for your town, Dick? A big flying saucer that smells like French fries? It's not what I want. I don't think it's what Joanna wants. And if George had a brain, I don't think it'd be what he'd want.
Kirk, I'm not condoning Rocket Burger, but I'm not going to strong-arm George.
Well, will you at least agree to be on my side at the council meeting?
Well, I've always considered myself on the side of small business, and you certainly qualify for that. I guess that puts me on your side.
Will you sit with me at the meeting?
I'll even sit with you at the meeting.
Will you give a speech?
If need be. Kirk, I will do whatever you want if it'll help.
Great. George, Joanna, get in here. Dick, I'm not going to forget this. This may be the biggest thing you've ever done for me.
What do you want, Kirk?
I just want you to know that you are married to a giant of a man.
Thank you.
Okay, everybody, sit down. We might as well get started. On behalf of the Permit Committee, I call this special town council meeting to order. Now, as you all know, we're here tonight to hear the arguments for allowing Rocket Burger to open a franchise in our town. Representing those opposed to this idea will be Kirk Devane, owner of the Minuteman Cafe, and his neighbor, Dick Loudon, owner of the Stratford Inn. Representing Rocket Burger is the vice president in charge of marketing and one heck of a nice guy. We were just talking to him before the meeting. John Payne. We'll begin by hearing the arguments against the move. Who wants to start?
Well, maybe I'll start. Ladies and gentlemen, I did not come here to oppose Rocket Burger, which as an organization will continue to flourish regardless of your decision here tonight. But rather I came to defend the small businessman, the individual, the unsung hero who, in my opinion, is the true backbone of the American way of life. And who, I feel, stands to lose a great deal based on your decision here tonight.
Thank you, Dick.
Chester, I'm not finished.
I'm sorry.
I would like to go on record as opposing this permit. I do not believe that the small businessman should be pushed aside by giant conglomerates who take no interest in the community other than what it can do for them.
Mr. Loudon, I think I'd have to object to that statement.
Would you? When my wife and I moved here from New York, we wanted to fit into the community. Can Rocket Burger make that same claim, Payne?
Yes, we can.
You call erecting a 35-foot aluminum rocket ship fitting in to the community?
Mr. Loudon, we feel our rocket ship enhances any area where it's placed, whether it be a big city intersection or a tranquil town square. May we see the model, please? Ladies and gentlemen, members of the committee, let me see, that was Hardy, George, Chester, and Emma, wasn't it?
Wow.
Rocket Burger always tries to enrich the communities we land in.
And would you kindly tell Hardy, George, Chester, and Emma exactly how you plan to do that?
By building a youth activity center, buying band uniforms for both the high school and the junior high school, and making a generous donation to your community welfare board.
Mom.
Please don't think of yourselves as being lost in the arms of big business. Think of yourselves as being embraced.
That's nice. Well, Mr. Payne, you've certainly given us something to think about. Dick, did you want to say anything in rebuttal?
Only that we ask ourselves the question, can we be bought? I, for one, cannot. What about you? Thank you very much.
Well, the committee will adjourn to make a recommendation. But I can tell you right now, looks awfully good. Why doesn't everybody grab a fast cup of coffee? We shouldn't be long.
Well, Dick, I'm ruined. As soon as Rocket Burger moves in, I'm out on the street.
That hasn't happened yet.
When it does, can I Live with you?
If that happens and you need some place to stay for a while. Look, we're both too upset to think rationally.
Excuse me. Nice speech. Dick, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, how do you think it's going in there?
Well, if bald-faced support is any indication, I would say you're in pretty good shape.
You know, Mr. Devane, it's Kirk, right? I wouldn't feel too badly if I were you.
Oh, you wouldn't, huh?
No, you stand to come out very well in this thing.
How's that?
Well, we market test an area rather thoroughly before we decide on a site. And our research indicates that the best location in town for our restaurant is on the site of your cafe.
My cafe?
You're kidding.
No. In fact, it's really the only site we're interested in. So you see, we'll want to buy you out. And believe me, we will be more than fair.
Wait a minute. If he doesn't sell, then there's no Rocket Burger?
That's right.
That's great.
Yeah. How soon do you want me out? I don't want to hear this.
Well, you're going to hear this. What are you doing? What happens to community and bandstands and white picket fences and preserving Americana?
What is going on?
Let him tell you. I'm too upset to talk.
Oh, come on. You've been whining all the way home.
George, what are they talking about?
Well, the committee voted to give Rocket Burger a business permit, but then it turned out the only place Rocket Burger is willing to build is on the site of Kirk's Cafe.
Which Kirk is going to sell to them.
You mean there's going to be a Rocket Burger right next door?
Only if the town council accepts the committee's recommendation to...
Which you know they will do.
I'm going to be rich. I'm going to be rich.
I mean, how could you do this? Didn't you ever think of us?
Yeah, I don't want to have a 35-foot aluminum rocket ship next door to the Stratford Inn.
Why not? It'll be great for you guys. People will drive up, stuff themselves, then they need a place to lie down. You'll be swamped. We'll all be rich.
I don't want to be rich. All I want is a nice, quiet inn in a nice, quiet town. I thought that's what you wanted, too.
That was what I wanted, but now I want money more.
Whatever happened to being good neighbors?
We're not going to be neighbors. I'm moving.
Okay, you go and sell out. But before you go, let me tell you one thing. Don't ever come to me for help again, because from this moment on, our friendship is over.
Yeah? Well, I don't want to be friends with a man who doesn't want to see his neighbor get rich.
Yeah, well, I don't want to be neighbors with a man who sell out his friends to aliens.
Yeah? Well, I hope they sell 12 billion Rocket Burgers, and I hope they throw all the wrappers on your lawn. I hope you have to clean them up. I'm glad I'm moving.
Yeah, well, we're glad you're moving, too. I hope I never see your stupid face ever over here again.
Dick, he's gone.
What? Oh. Do you think you heard the last part about seeing his stupid face again?
I don't think so.
Darling.
I was out running errands. I thought I'd stop by and make myself a sandwich.
Uh-huh.
What are you doing?
Well, I figured if Rocket Burger's going to buy me out, I might as well sell some of the stuff.
I can't believe you're really going ahead with this.
Why not? Do you realize what this is going to mean for us? You're not going to have to work anymore. Better yet, I'm not going to have to work anymore.
Kirk, are you sure you're doing the right thing?
Cindy, we stayed up half the night talking about this. What did I say?
You just kept saying, I'm going to be rich, I'm going to be rich.
I am. How can that not be the right thing?
Okay, have you thought about what you're going to do after you sell the cafe?
Well, that's the great thing about being rich. I can do anything I want.
So, what do you want to do?
I don't know.
That's my point. You haven't given this any thought.
Well, why do I have to decide this now? I'll find something to do. I mean, I'll open another business.
What kind of business?
God, all these questions. I don't know. I'll take skiing. I'll grow wine. I'll make things out of shells. What's the difference? At least I'll be out of this stupid cafe.
And into some other business you don't care about. Kirk, what's the most important thing that's happened to you since you've been in this town?
Finding you.
Good answer. What's second?
Oh, I guess the one Christmas Eve when I was alone, I went out to church by myself and I found $10 in the pew.
I was thinking about your friendship with Dick.
Oh.
You told me he's the only real friend you've ever had. Are you really going to give that up?
Cindy, there's something you should know about me and Dick. All those times I told you we were best friends, well, he never said I was his best friend. I only said that. The truth is, I don't think Dick ever thought of me as a friend at all.
Well, maybe the reason he didn't is because you were always doing things like this.
I was hoping there'd be a better turnout.
Yeah, people seem to like you.
Maybe that's why they're staying home. They don't want to vote against me.
Maybe they all broke out.
By the way, Stephanie, I appreciate your coming and in your condition.
Oh, good evening, George. Evening, Dick. Dick, I don't think I've had the pleasure of meeting your lovely family.
This is my wife. That's our maid.
Hi, John Payne. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Payne.
Hi, how are you? John Payne.
She's awkward with strangers.
And she has a pimple.
Listen, Dick, I just wanted to say that regardless of what happens tonight, I hope that when this is all over, we'll become good neighbors.
Well, I hope you understand I didn't object to a restaurant next to the inn. It's just I had a problem with it, being a spaceship.
I understand.
But you're going to build it anyway.
Absolutely. Well, it was good seeing you, Dick. George, and it was nice meeting you, Mrs. Loudon.
Nice meeting you, too.
And nice
Mr.
meeting you, too, young lady.
Okay, everyone, take your seats. We're ready to begin. On behalf of the Permit Committee, I call this special meeting to order. The committee has heard arguments for and against a rocket burger being built in this town and has recommended to the town council that rocket burger be granted a permit. It's now time to put this to a public vote, so without further ado, all those in favor of granting the permit, raise your hands and say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, raise your hands and say nay.
Nay.
Motion is carried. Let the record show... Well, there's no one here to record this, but we'll just try to remember it. That Rocket Burger is now granted permission to operate in this town. And with that, I understand from Mr. Payne that Rocket Burgers will be served in the lobby for everyone.
Oh, boy.
Everybody, would you please not leave yet? This matter isn't quite settled.
What are you talking about, Kirk?
Mr. Payne, am I right that if I don't sell the Minuteman, then you're not going to come into this town after all?
Well, yes, that's correct, but I understood that you were going to sell.
Well, whether I am or not, the point is it's my decision, right?
I suppose so. Kirk, what are you doing?
I've been doing a lot of thinking, Dick, and I realized something. I'm in a town I like living in. I have someone who loves me. And up until yesterday, I had great friends next door. On the other hand, I have a great opportunity, but I don't think I could take it if I thought it was going to hurt my best friend. So I guess the thing I need to know before I say the thing I think I'm going to say is, are you my best friend?
What?
I won't sell the Minuteman Cafe if you say you're my best friend.
You won't?
No.
Well, I guess I am.
Am what?
Your best friend.
Say it.
I am your best friend.
Say it louder.
I am your best friend.
Say it with me. Okay. That's good enough. Just hug me.
What?
Hug me or I sell.
I'll shake your hand.
Fair enough. Dick's my best friend. I'm not selling.
What? He said he's not selling. Go home. Do we still get our rocket burgers?
No. Hey, you with the camera. How about a picture of me with my best friend? Everybody smile.